Hi Aquarius, welcome to your 2022 year in review. It's funny, I think, who did I do right before you? Leo. I think I said 2002. But this is 2022, which is the year of the lovers. In case you didn't know that, this is going to be for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You could certainly have planets in the sign of Aquarius. I feel like whatever brought you, it was the right reason. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down the year for you. We're going to do winter, spring, summer, and fall, but then we're going to read it as a whole too. Many times it starts to read immediately as a whole, so it's like a personal reading within what you need to know about the year. Today is the 11th, by the way, and I'm doing your reading purposely on the 11th because 11 is a lucky number for you this year. 11 and 8 in any combination. But yeah, today is the 11th. I'll try to put it out, probably like 5:11, 6:11 p.m. Anyway, let's go ahead and begin. So I'm going to use the Tarot of Dreams for your year. Okay, let's kind of put them in order. We open with the World, which is nice. This is about the next portal that's opening up. This is one you don't have to fear because it feels more of a reward. It's like entering the next dimension. This is a very spiritual time in your life when you are walking the path of the world. I feel like it's the closest to God, and maybe this is where I feel the closest to God. I'm seeing the Fool in the little portal window there. So this may be taking a chance on something. Okay, we have the Four of Swords, which really would represent your spring. But remember, we're reading as a whole too. We have the Nine of Pentacles, which, by the way, this is a great year for for startup businesses of all kinds. It really is. It's a very promising year. It's really a good year in your money, period. But particularly, I feel like startup businesses and that type of thing. So I'm happy to see that because what I was feeling, to me, it's the confirmation. Not that I needed it. And then we have the Sun. So if we're looking at this at the end of the year, what a great way to leave this year. It may mean that this may turn out to be one of your best years. You know what I mean? One of those years that you just remember. Some of you are finishing a 9-year cycle. And I feel many are finishing cycles, and that's another reason the World is here. It's like the next chapter. You're beginning to write the next chapter of your book. So think about that, like you're beginning to write your story of how it's going to be, right? How it's going to read to others. So keep that in mind. And I feel like when you use your belief in yourself and your wisdom and all that, how can it go wrong? Anyway, the Sun says it can't. I like the Sun at the bottom here because it's like illumination over this period for you. We do have the Four of Swords here in the springtime, and that just means, it's a timeout. It's a rest period. It's a healing period. It's a time when I can really see what caused a lot of hurt in my life. Like, I have the understanding of it now, at least my part in it. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying you see your part in it, whatever that may be. So real clarity this month or this year. And listen, I love that the World and the Sun are mirroring each other, because the Sun is all about the inner child, feeling free, your natural energy, even though it's a card of Leo. It's like, freedom is your natural energy. Doesn't mean you can't be, what I feel with Aquarius, much like I feel with Virgo, and I'm a Virgo, is we need our time alone, and it's not against anyone. It's something that's needed. So that may be what it's talking about also. All right. We have the Strength card. Interesting, we have 2 cards of Leo already out on the board. Both major arcanas. So the Strength card. This is your internal strength. This is who you are. This is the overcoming, right? The overcoming, therefore, the world shows. This is what was, where I've been, what I've been doing. At least what's been available to me, right? Especially with the sun here. Illumination of the beast within myself. I can't control them, but I can control myself. Excuse me. 8s are also about new beginnings. So it's interesting that you have a new beginning, and then the world says, okay, let's do this. All right, let's bring in the light seers. And what we're going to do is now just go across. Everything's pre-shuffled. I'm only saying that because these are very thick cardstock. You can tell how tall they are. And still very hard to shuffle. I've had them for a couple months now. All right, let's start at the world. Some of you may find that this startup or something that you're doing, that you're creating on your own, it may come to you in a period of rest, like this epiphany, right? Because the 9 of Cups, or the 9 of Pentacles, has the sun under that. So this illumination. Maybe I don't know what I was meant to do, what should I do, all that. The sun helps to illuminate your path for you. But the 9 of Pentacles is about building your pentacles here on Earth. Okay, we have the 9 of Wands. It did come in reverse. Sometimes I read reversal, sometimes I don't, but it definitely felt like it wanted to come in reverse. Definitely some of you are finishing a chapter and maybe just wondering, like, will it ever finish? The 9 of Wands to me is saying, don't give up the fight. The fight within you. Don't give up the fight. When I see it in reverse, I feel like I kind of gave up the fight. But listen, all is not lost. Wow. Victory. Spotlight. And look at this. There's a lot of Leo in your reading. You and Leo may be tied in some way, and I just did Leo's. Well, I did Leo's yesterday, but it was the last reading I did yesterday. And I think I used different cards, too. So, 3 elements of Leo. But I feel like this is more than that. 6 of Wands tells me, maybe I open the year overcoming and I feel like, with the Strength card here twice, I feel like you're victorious with overcoming what I call the beast within you. And I don't know why I even say that. Because, when I look at this Strength card, there's a beautiful little lamb there, right? And that's that gentle and loving type energy. And then this woman is part lion, that's both, it can be both your strength and your weakness, right? So I have to find that balance. With the 6 of Wands there, I definitely feel you do. I definitely feel you do. I feel like for a period of time, there's something, it's almost like like I wanted to give up the fight. But something changes. We have the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups is in reverse, coming next to the Four of Swords, but also under that Nine of Wands. So, I feel like, of course, this is talking about love, right? But the Ace is in reverse. I feel like when it's an Ace, it doesn't mean that the cup no longer exists. It just means that whatever was in that cup has drained out. But that cup can be filled again, because I feel like the Ace of Cups represents unconditional, right? Unconditional. Now, I'm not saying, I love someone, no matter what. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, let's just say I feel like there may be something or someone that, has affected your heart. It's where she's wearing her heart outside of herself. Some of you may have been recovering from heartache. And I feel like, the world to me represents divine, right? The next chapter, it's time. It's like the wheel combined with destiny and divine. Even though this cup has drained, I feel like, I'm not meant to, how do I say this? Because I feel like this cup is always going to be there. But in the same breath, I'm not meant to dwell in it. Why? Well, there's things for you to do. We have the Queen of Cups. This queen is very connected to above, right? It's funny because the Six of Wands, she's got the spotlights on her and she's claiming victory, right? She's won the talent show. She becomes the instant star. Whatever it may be, it's like the audience is enthralled with her. And this Queen of Cups is, and this is me, like, absorbing that energy on a physical type level. And the Queen of Cups to me is about, like the Six of Wands is my earthly energy and my earthly reward, let's say. And the Queen of Cups is connected to above, to divine, to it all. It's like when I stand in the Six of Wands, I don't even realize the divine had their hand in my victory. But they did. And I feel like this is something you learn as you go along. Listen, I feel like whatever this is that, where the spotlight's on you, I definitely feel like it's meant to be. So I'm not saying that, even though it feels very earthly, like it's like the audience clapping and roaring for me, it just does something to me, right? It fulfills me. There's nothing wrong with that, right? Anyway, I feel really like winning contest also. And I feel like, a lot of this is talent, I'm sure, but I also feel like it's wisdom, no matter how old you are. Because I feel like even from past lives, we carry that wisdom. We never lose that wisdom. We carry it with us, right? Anyway, let's keep going. the sun. What is going on? So, Leo, look at her in this energy. You know, it's like, you know, she's just feeling so victorious. She's so happy, right? She's got to throw her hands up. She's like open, you know, she's recognizing the sun and all the sun does for her. She's feeling good again. She's feeling good again. You know, I feel like things are going my way. Things are starting to go my way, and you know, maybe it's because you don't give up the fight. Now, there's certain fights, yes, you need to give up. Like if they're just not going to get you anywhere, and you know that. It's like even in relationships this year, I feel like relationships are going to become more romantic, or I feel like you just feel like, you know, I feel like this year you really know when things are over. Yes, last year we were kind of like, all right, what needs to go? Why is this? Why is things feeling heavy? Why are things toxic? You know, it's like, whoa, we're hit with the energy. And maybe this year, it's the understanding of it all. We have the Seven of Swords. All right. So, you know, someone was a little untrustworthy. We have the Knight of Swords. I'm sorry, the Knight of Wands. We have the Star. Look at that, the Star and the Sun connected. And they are connected. Like she's looking right up at the Sun. And she's looking right up at the Strength card. We have the Emperor. Well, hello, business owners. You know, listen, first of all, the Emperor is someone who puts a plan together. He doesn't go by, you know, those fire, and he's about action. It's with thought. It's with purpose. Some of you, this is Aries, and maybe this Aries, for whatever reason, hurt you in love. And I don't know, like, you know, maybe you want this back. And could it be good? Well, you know, everything that follows says yes. However, we can't control anybody else's free will. So that's the only thing. Though the sun is illuminating this emperor. So, you know, if there's anything I'm doing that is untrustworthy, you'll clearly see it. You'll clearly feel it. Now, you just have to clearly trust it. Anyway, this can also talk about even in your work, like, you know, I don't know, I feel like keep what you're doing to yourself until until you're ready to roll with it. And why? Because potentially there could be this energy of, and you must know what I'm talking about, where another could try to, like, you know, like you invent something and someone sees it and is like, okay, well, I'm going to invent it, but I'm going to do it better and cheaper. You know what I mean? It's a knockoff. So it's like someone may want to knock off your work in some way. Don't let them. I feel like know that. Some of you could be like your very own boss. You know, and I feel like this year, for some of you, you may start new careers. But I don't want you to, like, just quit your job either, because this is a year, first of all, it is a year of the lovers, but this is a year where You want to do things and make changes as peacefully as you can. Not for them, but for you. Right? It's just less shit you got to carry. You know what I mean? Like, I'm working this job. I feel like my ideas are being taken and then, excuse me, claimed by another. So, I can sit there and keep getting pissed, but it is what it is. So, what I do instead is I do my job, but then when I go home, there may be, I may start thinking about creating my own, doing my own thing, right? Becoming maybe their competition. Who knows? Nine of Pentacles says if you put the focus into it, you're going to be successful. This is all about success. It is something of your dreams. It's kind of like someone wanting to steal your thunder. And maybe they have for a while. And maybe I need to look at it in a different way. Okay, I've like spoken to who I had to speak to. I've said what I've had to say. I've done what I had to do. Nothing's being done. All right. Well, I can't control that anymore. So what I got to do? I got to do it differently. Right now, I got to think about me and what I can build. Someone can appreciate what I bring to the table. Okay, right? But I'm going to go home and bring it to my own table now. Do my own thing, live my own dream. You definitely have the energy of success. And you don't even have to be going through all that. You just may feel guided, to certain things, certain information, or, like even guided to this stage. Go. Almost like, but I have stage fright. You may have stage fright, but I feel like the minute you start talking or singing or whatever you're doing, saying thank yous, I feel like that goes away. All right, let's keep going. You can see how this is kind of reading as a whole. So I'm going to, when we go to our next deck, we're going to break it down. Some of you may have come here asking the question, should I end something with someone who is not being upfront, trustworthy with me? In a way, I feel like you already got your answer. And I feel like, I may worry about, like, will I make it? Will I make it on my own? This is beautiful, independent energy. I want you to understand that, with the sun all around it. So I know you'll be fine, even if you don't know that yet. This queen is definitely connecting to the energy of the Six of Wands. It's quite interesting. And then in the sun, I feel like receiving. Like the sun is like energizing her, feeding her. We have the Ace of Pentacles. If there's a will, there's a way. We have the Ace of Swords. Look at that, 2 aces in a row. The Ace of Pentacles. First of all, this is telling me your thoughts, your ideas, your dreams, what you bring to the world, your uniqueness. All of that is important, and all of that is meant to be. And that is why the Ace of Pentacles shows up. It's here so that you can bring it to fruition, right? And then the King of Pentacles, kind of outside the spread. King of Pentacles. Can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You know, when I think of the King of Pentacles, I think of the big picture. Like, I'm looking at it from the big picture, right? Maybe I'm so wrapped up in the details, like the Queen would be. The King is saying, no, we've got to look at the big picture here to really understand it. So you have some beautiful cards, right? But you have some cards that are also difficult. Not a lot. We have the Queen of Swords on the bottom of the deck. This can be you, of course, which I feel it is. Another Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. It's funny, I just forgot all the other air signs. It's like, because it's me. It focuses on me, Sandy. This Queen of Swords, I often feel she is in thought. She is in vision of what she wants to bring to her. Her defenses are down. And now it's like, you know, I feel like, you know, the conquering of the sword. What do I want to do next? What do I want to do next? You know, Aquarius, there's something within your communication that is very important. I don't know. It is, I feel like it's meant to come out. We have the Two of Swords coming over the world. Oh my God, should I? Do I? Like, you know, maybe I'm afraid to see this change. But why? Like, what makes me afraid of this next chapter? Is it because I might be, at least for now, independent? Right? I have to be independent. There could be a fear of that, but nonetheless, if you focus on, you know, I feel like if you, it's like I don't want to see the truth of something. Because when I do, I know that I then have to make a decision. So, you know, I feel like the decision lies within the decision of, do I or do I not take off this blindfold? Do I or do I not face this truth, right? Remember, the truth shall set you free. Even if it's difficult for a moment. But eventually it's sending you free. It's setting you free. So, I feel like, you know, it's just kind of how we're coming into the reading. You know, many of us have fear of the unknown. We have the Knight of Swords. You know, I want to say many of us have the fear of the unknown. However, when we realize that it is us who is really creating through our actions how our tomorrow is going to look, then we start to realize, like, the power that we have in our own lives, right? Even if it's something I'm taking baby steps in. It's all that's required. It's like, once you're behind it, the universe gets behind it too. Now listen, good or bad. So anyway, we have the High Priestess. It's your intuition. So I feel like what it's saying to me, like, I don't need to tell you what this energy is within the Six of Wands. It's like you already know. We have the Seven of Cups. Sandy, I don't know if I can do it. If I base it on my past, I'm going to mess it up. I'm going to pick the wrong cup. And I'd have to agree with you if you decide to leave the blindfold on. But I feel like if you take that blindfold off, everything will be clear. It's almost like I take that blindfold off. You remember I saw that fool in the middle of the portal of the world. I take that blindfold off and I take a chance on something. Maybe it's on myself. It feels like immediately this knight comes in. And it's the Knight of Swords. But the Knight of Swords is coming from the High Priestess, your intuition, your higher self. It's almost like, sweetie, this is what you were born to do. Like, you're a star. You've got to know that. Be that. Right? Take off the blindfold. And then making the decision becomes so much easier. When I eliminate the fear and understand I have the power, I always had the power of making changes when things were not right. If I kept picking the right cups, have I created a pattern within my energy? So I always have the choice to change it. Anyway, we have the Death card. Death card Scorpio, first of all. It's about endings. It's about clear endings. It's about closing doors, but with purpose. Because it's offering you a rebirth. It's giving you a rebirth. I want to just remind you, like, as a soul, and I have to remind myself this, like, we're not meant to be, like, afraid of experiences. We got to understand that we are stronger, right? So, the Four of Swords is taking that moment, having that reflection. No wonder I felt the importance of that one sword, which is of my own. So to me, that means I took the blindfold off. And perhaps I say yes and open that door. Well, sounds like yes to me, right? Activation, begin. Another ace, by the way. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Some of you may find inspiration and victory and abundance within your own homes. We have the King of Cups. Look at that. Here's the Queen. Here's the King with the Sun in between them. Are these the same people that are over here? Well, I know you are. But what about this King? I don't know. Doesn't feel like it. But let's see. I mean, first of all, look at how any of the people that are coming out, they're coming out by the sun. They're coming out with complete illumination, like nothing can hide in the sun's energy. The only thing I would say as a warning within the Four of Pentacles is I just want to be careful that that I'm open to whatever. Because I can be a little resistant in the Four of Pentacles. But I feel like this is talking more about, like, your homes. Like, finding victory in your own homes. We have the Empress. Well, that's who you are. That's who you've become. Right? This is the collective wisdom of all the queens. Just like I said before, like, the Queen of Empress would say, it's funny, and I said this on Leo's too, but it's so relevant. I put a post out, and Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Here it is. And when you get to where you're going, turn around and help her too. For there was a time, not long ago, when she was you. I don't know why I felt like I had to, like, that's what I was feeling at this moment. And maybe because that's what the Empress would do, right? She's a very loving and nurturing type energy. You know, she hasn't let life make her hard and cold. She's quite the opposite. But she's very strong, creative, and abundant, right? But in her abundance, it's like she's abundant for the world. I don't know. She's coming over that 9 of Pentacles. I think that's pretty powerful. All right. We have the 9 of Cups coming over the 7 of Swords. And then we have the Queen of Wands coming over this Knight of Kings. Or Knight of Kings. Knight of Wands. Well, you know, to be honest, I'm feeling a lot of independent type energy. And what I mean by that is, you know, I could have been in something that kind of like, I don't know, you know, listen, for some reason it caused me to put a blindfold on. And then you have the 7 of Swords here and the need to heal from that, all of that. You put all that together, and, you know, someone's put you through some difficult experiences. So I feel like that's what was. But the 9 of Cups coming over that, I feel like it's about you. You know, these 2 nines together. Listen, very independent energy. You're very at home in this energy. And the 9 of Cups is harmony within. Harmony within. And look at that, the Ace of Wands right above that. Wow, inspiration. Like you're feeling inspired again. We go from the Knight to the Queen. This could talk about a time period, right? Like I was a knight when I connected up here, but now I'm a queen. Okay. Queen of Wands is touching, by the way, the star. And that's about your dreams. And she's the Queen of Action. She moves according to what inspires her. She doesn't think it, you know, she's not thinking like, I do it and then I think about it. But the Queen of Wands has kind of mastered that. You know, she's the queen. Well, hello, lovers. Lovers. Oh, wow. First of all, card of Gemini. Second of all, it's what 2022 is. The energy of the lovers. And third of all, how interesting that it's coming over your dreams, your hopes, your wishes. It's connected. It's connecting this queen and this king. Now, again, it doesn't matter the sign. Because I feel like what it's really talking about is a time. You know, because it's different than this. It just is. And I know some of you want me to say that, you know, it's someone who I feel like has hurt you. There's deceit. I don't feel that over here. Now, someone can change, of course, but it doesn't feel like that. Right? This feels very earthly. You know, kind of like karmic, earthly. This feels very heavenly and divinely, right? All these aces over the star, the lovers. You know, if you're completely miserable, it's like give yourself the opportunity to take a chance in something, right? Because what am I losing if I'm miserable? Well, I think you just listened. Here's the Three of Wands. And that's how I'm looking at my life, right? I do feel like it's, you know, it's interesting, Aquarius, because we come in the reading in one way. I feel like we leave the reading in a different way. We come in the reading with a blindfold on, but we're very close. I feel like, you know, we're at the two, so we're very close to taking that off. I feel like your higher self is like trying to reach you, right? Now, I'm not going to say trying, is reaching you, and it may be that like gnawing feeling in your gut, and it's saying, you know, the truth, like, I don't know, like, because once I take this blindfold off, I feel like then the door must close, and I know that, and that's the hard part. But the promise here is when you close that door, there is a rebirth of you, like a new energy, a higher vibration, a different type of world, like different type of people, soulmate type energy. It's just different. But I don't know that until I take that step. And that's why I feel like a lot of people are drawn to a reading. And at first it can be like, you know, almost like you can get mad at me. And I get it because I can feel it. But then I feel like eventually, you know, it's like peeling back those layers. Anyway, let's not be negative because we have the sun under the Three of Wands. You know, it's like you have the sun at your back this year. It is illuminating your path this year. Everything is in the light. Doesn't mean that something can't come in the dark, but if it does, you see it immediately. You know, you just do. The Empress knows that, and she trusts that. Like she knows that. Like she knows who she is, male or female, by the way. And you know, I just realized again, I have the Empress and the Emperor in a reading. This is the third time in a row. Maybe the fourth. Very interesting. The twin flame reading was one of them. Um, and what was okay? Well, the titles I can't think of what they were, but I see the pattern. We have the Five of Swords, which comes in reverse, and we have the King of Swords coming directly over that Ace of Pentacles, and then, well, hello, I mean, come on, Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles, look at what it's connected to. The Ace of Swords, you know, this Ace of Pentacles is giving, it's like I can take this seed and I can grow it to the utmost, to the 10. That means it's something that takes roots, maybe after I'm gone even. You know, it takes roots. It has purpose on this earth. You know, this is the energy of also doing very well, can be wealthy. You could meet someone who is, it could be this king over here. He's kind of laid back, but he's got his pentacle on his lap. Not like he's really showing it off, but there it is. Very wise. He's got books all around him. I feel like he's read them all. You know, and I have to say, I also feel like, again, it doesn't mean that it has to be an earth sign for you. It's this energy because I'm feeling, I don't know. I almost feel like this king could retire But I almost feel like, is he too young to retire? You know? But he could. That's interesting. So that's outside of it. Okay, that's outside of it, because I want you to understand this Ten of Pentacles is also yours. It's funny because it's connecting the Lovers, right? And the Ace of Swords. Wow. Um, you know, if I come over here, we have the Five of Cups in reverse, and I feel like that's a very good thing, because the Five of Cups is what was over here. Like the blindfold was about what I have lost. It's the energy of like what I have lost in the world. You know what I mean? And the world is saying, but I want you to start to write the next chapter, which is what can be, all that can be. Right here it is, all that can be. And the Five Cups, you know, when this person changes that energy, because it is a five, when that person makes that choice to change that energy, well, there's two cups. There's two cups that this person has not discovered yet. And how do I feel that it is the Lovers? It's almost like I don't even think you gotta worry. I never think you have to worry about it, because I feel like when you find, look at these beautiful energy of the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles together, and the Empress. Listen, someone may come into a relationship and someone may have a lot of money, but I feel like this is about you and your foundation, and how far you can go. Um, it's quite interesting. Okay, I was going to end it there, and I don't know what I'm looking at, so I'm just putting it on top. We have the Devil, can be card of Capricorn, and then we have the Magician. You know, the Magician is the manifester. The Magician knows, you know, I have these tools at my, whenever I need them. You know, what do I need? Do I need the sword? Do I need the cup? What it means is, you know, the infinity symbol is there, as above, so below. The only thing I want to add to that is, I think, you know, when you do find yourself in this energy, and I feel like you will, if you allow yourself, um, you know, just be careful you don't like overindulge. That's the only thing. And I feel like, because I do know for 2022 for Aquarius, I feel like you're going to feel a lot of things, like, you know, like if there's stress, you're going to feel it in your gut. So know that. And, like, okay. I must be, my stomach's been bothering me so much. I must, you know, I need to take a moment out. Okay. You know, I feel like I don't want to leave it there. So we're going to do it one more time. And I really want to know more about the Lovers. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Hierophant. Card of Taurus. But this is about your belief system. You know, it's living within your higher being, knowing that you're spiritually connected, right? Well, hello, Four of Wands. No wonder I didn't feel like this reading was over. And I know some people have already left, so surprise, surprise. Four of Wands. And then Justice, card of Libra. You know, it can speak of the law and divorce and that type of thing, but boy, do I not feel it in that way at all right now. I feel like what it's talking more about is the balance. It's almost like the balance between the masculine and the feminine. Like the Empress and the Emperor have found true balance. You know, the Four of Wands is about, you know, it's the marriage card. It's the marriage card. And the Hierophant is like almost illuminating. So it's almost like a blessing over this, this coming together. There could be mixed, like, families, like, you know, people who already have their own children, who blended families. That's what I'm trying to say. The one thing I want to say in here is, to me, when the Four of Wands, especially coming over the Lovers and the Star, oh my God, you know, this and the Ten, you know, what's it producing? The Ten of Pentacles. Um, this is about two people who, if we're talking about just two people, there's, you know, these two people want to be together. It's like they want to be one. They want to be one. They feel like one. They feel like one. Here's a celebration. So do I feel like, you know, this literally may mean marriage for some people. You know, this energy is very much in the light. The shadow is up here. Light. Shadow. Light. I love you guys. I'm going to leave it there. I cannot wait to hear your comments. How interesting. I really loved doing your reading. This was really quite interesting. I feel like it took me on quite a trip. And I love where it ended up. You know, the Sun is the last card, really, of the year. And how beautiful is that? You know, in some way, this is going to be a year, I'm telling you, where you're going to remember it forever. Maybe it becomes an anniversary date. I don't know. But you're going to remember it. So, and I feel like in the best of ways. I love you. Thank you, as always, for all your support of my channel. I will see you next time at my table. You know, keep this one in your back pocket if you're up here, so you can understand, once you do take that blindfold off, the energy. You know, nothing's easy. People are like, you know, yeah, Four of Wands, yeah. Well, there's a lot that needs to be traveled through before this can be, right? Because this is one vibration, this is a different vibration, and that's just the way it is. And that's just the way it is. I love you guys. Thank you. I will see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.